WXII 12 News. This is breaking news.
Strong storms are knocking down power lines and trees in some instances in the city of Winston-Salem. This is a photo from First Street at Cloverdale.
The big tree fell right into the road. Firefighters and Duke Energy crews are on the scene at this time working to clean all of this up. Folks, this is the first look at damage that we're getting tonight. There are several severe thunderstorm warnings in a couple of counties right now.
You can see the live radar. It is active behind us. The rain has been on and off for the last couple of hours. Lainey, you called this popcorn shower activity earlier, but some of these are turning severe. What's your biggest concern right now?
Well, I think for folks that are in the triad over the next several hours, you're going to have to worry about damaging winds from the storms. This is a picture sent in from the Denton area of some storm damage earlier this afternoon. Also heavy rain and flooding. So what we're seeing with these pop-up storms this afternoon is we're seeing them develop kind of in a line, like a string of pearls here across the triad. And in this axis here, they're really not moving a whole lot. So you get the high heat and humidity, a storm blossoms, it rains itself out, the wind gusts come down, and then you get two storms that develop right next door. So you've got that activity sort of covering counties. That's why the warnings are really covering all of the counties across the triad, because we're seeing them pop up with intense lightning, heavy rain, and then occasionally get a real strong gust of wind. And that's what's been taking down some trees here and there. This is pretty typical weather for us in the month of August. Nobody wants to have to deal with it, though. You can see a lot of lightning, heavy rain. In fact, we've seen almost 2 inches of rain already in Greensboro. These are communities where when we see this rain this quickly, Horsepen Creek, Buffalo Creek, we get flash flooding. So we already have a flash flood warning between now and 8:30 in and around downtown Greensboro. So an inch and a half already, looking for more of that. Also across the triad, you're seeing a lot of activity in Winston-Salem, northern Davidson County, out toward Louisville. I was on the phone earlier with the folks at the Winston-Salem Open. They're trying to make a call on what to do this evening. I'm saying, you know, at least through the 7 o'clock hour, we're going to have some activity in and around the area with lightning and heavy downpours. So it's going to be pretty active here in the short term. I do think the storms are going to start to die off as we lose the sunshine and the heat of the day, but we're looking at least a stormy period here for the next several hours. So if you hear thunder and it's not raining where you are, you still need to get indoors, and those storms can develop very quickly right overhead.
Breaking news at this hour, Dale Earnhardt Jr. just tweeted for the first time since surviving that fiery plane crash with his family.
Yeah, the statement reads in part, Amy, his wife, and I want to thank everyone who have lifted us up with phone calls, messages, and prayers since last Thursday. We are truly blessed that all on board escaped with no serious injuries, including our daughter, our 2 pilots, and our dog, Gus. The public statement goes on to thank all emergency crews who responded to that crash. And the remnants of Junior's crash plane are now at a recovery site in Georgia.
Yeah, the NTSB investigators will continue to look at all of the pieces out there on scene, and they could release a preliminary report as early as this week. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and his family were headed to Bristol Motor Speedway for last weekend's race when the plane crashed Thursday in Tennessee. Incredibly, everyone survived.
Investigators say the plane bounced twice before then skidding off the highway. The NTSB says it could be months before they definitively determine what went wrong. Meanwhile, the road near the airport where that plane crashed is back open to traffic again. It had been closed since the accident. The Tennessee Department of Transportation spent several days repairing the asphalt that was damaged as a result. Back in the Piedmont Triad, tonight's the night. In just a few hours, we should know if the name of the Dixie Classic Fair will eventually change.
This has been a really big, hot topic across the city for the last several months. As Kirsten Gutierrez explains, tonight's City Council meeting could finally bring some answers.
In April, a group of citizens asked the city of Winston-Salem to change the name of the Dixie Classic Fair. Now, tonight, City Council will make the final decision on that request. Those who want the name changed consider the word Dixie to be offensive. When the idea of renaming the fair began, City Council started a public input process. Nearly 12,000 people participated, and the vast majority wanted the name to stay the same. Several committees are involved in the process, but the final decision comes down to City Council. According to Assistant City Manager Ben Rao, City Council has 2 items to vote on tonight.
The first resolution will be to support changing the name of the fair. If they vote in support of that resolution, then they will consider a second resolution that will then direct staff to develop a process for changing the name.
If they vote yes on changing the name and no on the second resolution, City Council would have to reevaluate how to go about changing and selecting a new name. If City Council votes not to change the name
would remain the Dixie Classic Fair, and we would proceed with planning future fairs with that name unless council directs staff to consider going through a new process.
If the proposal to change the name passes tonight, the new name will go into effect in 2021. In Winston-Salem, Kirsten Gutierrez, WXI 12 News.
And just to reiterate, if the City Council votes to move forward with a name change for the fair, nothing would happen immediately. It wouldn't go into effect until 2021.
Yeah, proposed timeline also includes working with a consultant to rebrand the fair. Thousands of people, as Kirsten mentioned, submitted name suggestions during a public input process earlier this year. Some of those suggestions included Twin City Fair, Camel City Fair, Carolina Classic, Triad Classic Fair, and Winston-Salem Classic Fair. No guarantee if the name does change, it will be any of those. Tonight's City Council meeting starts at 7 o'clock. Our Brandon Bates will be there. Look for updates on tonight's vote as well as reaction this evening on the Triad CW at 10 o'clock as well as WXII 12 News at 11.
It's been 1 week since deputies found a kidnapped one-year-old safe, and now 2 people are accused of helping the suspect hide out in a treehouse. Michael Enox is accused of stealing a car with a baby in the back seat, a little boy. Investigators say that his sister and her boyfriend helped him to hide out. They are now both charged with accessory after the fact. Deputies say that Enox went to Lisa Mead's home in Lexington hours before investigators even found the boy and the stolen car. They say he hid out in a treehouse in the backyard of Gregory Nill's home before he ended up turning himself in. Nill and Mead are expected to be in court at some point next month.
Happening now, a search for a man accused of shooting near Graham police officers. Dustin Eller is wanted on one charge of assault with a deadly weapon. Investigators say he fired a 9mm handgun at officers, then refused to come out of the house in Haw River. Deputies in Alamance County ended up throwing tear gas into the home, but they say he ran out the back and into the woods. Deputies do not know if Eller is still armed, but they say if you see him, call 911 immediately.
A Greensboro man who spent 17 years in prison for a crime he did not commit has died. Lamont Strong was convicted in the 1988 killing of Ernestine Crompton, but he ended up being cleared in 2012 when evidence emerged showing he was not involved at all. He later won a nearly $6.5 million settlement for the city of Greensboro. Armstrong was 69 years old.
Commitment 2020 now. It is Dan Forest's first official full week campaigning to be North Carolina's next governor. Forest launched his campaign in Winston-Salem over the weekend. He is a Republican and currently North Carolina's lieutenant governor. Forest says his vision for North Carolina is one of unity, opportunity, and possibility.
I mean, I think if you look across the state for the last number of decades, I think people could be a little perplexed as to what the vision is for the future of our state. And I think that that's a really good place for the governor to step in. And the governor perhaps has the best perspective to cast that vision. And I think it's time for a new vision for our state.
Worth noting, Republican State Representative Holly Grange is also running for governor, so there will be a primary race. And the current governor, Roy Cooper, has not formally announced a re-election campaign, but insiders say he is expected to run again. Meanwhile, 2 Democratic presidential hopefuls will be in our state in the next week and a half, and one of them is making a stop right here in the Piedmont Triad. Senator Kamala Harris is set to speak at a banquet in Durham on Saturday. Then she's holding a campaign event in Greensboro the following day on Sunday. Specifics about exactly when and exactly where that will be happening have not been released to the public yet. Looking ahead, former Vice President Joe Biden is set to be in Charlotte next Wednesday, August 28th. According to the Charlotte Observer, the former VP will be attending a fundraiser hosted by Erskine Bowles and his wife. Bowles was White House Chief of Staff under former President Bill Clinton.
A contractor accused of price gouging in the aftermath of Hurricane Michael is now banned from tree removal work altogether in North Carolina. Attorney General Josh Stein announced the settlement with Ricardo Ailman and his Florida-based company. Ailman is accused of billing a Brown Summit homeowner more than $37,000 to remove 3 downed trees and put a tarp over part of this home. Well, the settlement also bars Ailman from collecting any of the money he billed the homeowner and orders him to pay $4,000 in penalties and fines.
A cat is expected to be a big topic of discussion at a board meeting tomorrow in Mocksville. This is Sergeant Butters. He worked as a therapy cat at the police department for months and months, but recently the cat was taken away from the department and its Facebook page was deactivated. The town manager in Mocksville says Sergeant Butters needs more attention outside of the police department, so they're working on finding him a new home. They'll also be updating his Facebook page eventually. Many people in the community, though, say they're angry and disappointed at all of this. They are expected to attend tomorrow's Board of Commissioners meeting.
Looking ahead, thousands of Triad students will start the new school year in brand new buildings.
Makes it a little easier to go back, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you got to look around Paisley, IB Magnet, and Lowrance Middle Schools today. The combined schools share a building on Thurman Street in Winston-Salem.
Maria Butner teaches students with visual and hearing impairment. She says this new building really gives her students more opportunities and access.
They need the environment. They need it adapted for them so that they can figure their way out. We are going to spend the first several weeks of school just touring the school, not only for the kids, but for the adults, because we're learning it as well.
Butner says her students will be able to take advantage of new technology and new tools, including an independent writing station.
Conroe Elementary students will also start the school year in a new building as well. The building features a collaborative learning space with metal walls that students can attach items to with magnets. That's really cool. The opening of these new schools marks the completion of the first major construction projects included in a 2016 school bond.
First day school is already here for a number of students, but for most in the Piedmont Triad, it is less than 1 week away. Monday, August 26th, the buses will be out all over the Triad.
And to higher education now, classes will start this week at UNC Charlotte. And April's deadly campus shooting is still on the minds of so many students. In fact, Drew Pesquero survived that shooting and he is back on campus for his senior year.
Pesquero tweeted about the school year yesterday. He says it's, quote, making everything real for me, how far I've come from April 30th, and I still don't know if I'm ready for what's ahead. But only one way to find out, that's to keep moving forward. Hashtag not afraid. 2 students died in that April shooting.